and villages throughout the island of Bali, Indonesia, the sound of distant footfalls arises, conjuring visions of waking giants. Locals flock to the street, and tourists follow at their heels. The ominous sounds grow louder as the drummers grow closer, heralding the approach of the demons. Then, the giant figures themselves emerge, eyes bulging and fangs out, lit by the light of torchbearers who march alongside as if hypnotized by the monster's spell. It's the night before Nyepi, the Balinese New Year, in mid-March. In Balinese tradition, monsters roam the streets every New Year's Eve, and so do locals and tourists alike. I stand in a grassy field as the monsters come to life. They've been standing in silence all day around the perimeter, filled with potential energy. One leaps to life now and runs at the crowd, then darts in the other direction, sending people scurrying. As the drum beats fall and a new monster charges at us, I hear a huge gasp. I think it came from me and about 50 others around me. Nervous laughter rings out as the monsters lurch into the dark street. I don't remember when I last suspended disbelief like this. The monsters, called ogo-ogos, take many forms. Some look like women with large bare breasts, fangs, and crazy hair. One holds a baby she seems about to eat. These and many others have bulging eyes that seek wildly for their next prey. Then a looming figure based on the Avatar characters springs to life, and we leap backwards as if in a dance. Humans bear the monsters around, of course. These papier-mâché figures are mounted on wooden platforms that many men or boys carry together. But the beating drums of the marching gamelan orchestras, the torches, and the fall of night lend an intensity to these scenes that makes the ogo-ogos seem all too real. And that's the point, I know, to remind ourselves that we need to cleanse the land of these harmful presences, then cast them out. In preparation for this night, community groups throughout the island spend countless hours constructing these fearsome figures. What happens to them now, I ask a local. They take them to the monkey forest and burn them, he says. Here, the Pura Dalam, the temple of the dead, lies in the monkey forest. It is indeed the site of many cremations. But the idea of all those time-consuming works of art going up in flames in one night shakes all my Western notions of the need for preserving art. In this vibrant land, where every other person seems to be an artist, people create this art for the purpose of destroying it. Their creations aren't meant just for looking at. They aren't just symbols. This art has a life and an expiration date. Hours have passed since the parade first began, and monsters are still taking to the streets. The far-off gamelan drums announce that all the monsters are still at large, charging the air with an electric energy. We're no longer Balinese and tourists, I feel. We're humans standing together against the demons. And together, we humans are purifying our world through this ceremony and the silence of the day to follow, when we will stay inside, so malicious spirits will simply pass over, thinking no one is home. And then I have a short poem from Java, from the temple of Borobudur, an ancient Buddhist temple. There is honey in the walls of Borobudur. From a stark gray crevice in the weathered stone slabs, a swift and subtle form, darting into the mist that enshrouds the world beyond. Body humming with the mantras of the ancient monks who walked these halls. Echoes of bare gray footsteps on the cold, austere stone of these dawnless corridors are rising now.